Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Up is Down TV. Because of the fall of Adam, everything has been turned upside down, but in the kingdom of God, the way up is
down.
And today is
Wisdom Wednesday.
And so we're going to be reading Proverbs 1. So do you want to go first or?
Okay. So for me, I really like the message. Let me put this over here real quick. Sorry about all that. So I like the message translation, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to only read the part that really hit me, which was, okay, so it is Proverbs 1:30. You know what? I'm just going to read 33 because that was the one that really got me.
You can read the whole thing because you're going to be mad at me.
Why? All right, fine.
I got a lot.
Okay, so the one that I liked for the Proverbs 1 is 29-33. And it says, because you hated knowledge, it had nothing to do with the fear of God, because you wouldn't take my advice and brushed aside all my offers to train you. Like, I was like, what? Because, like, I really feel that I need training and I need help. I feel like I'm not doing things right. But anyways, so that kind of like hit me in that part. Like, am I doing things right? Am I taking the training? And then the next part says, well, you've made your bed. Now lie in it. You wanted your own way. Now how do you like it? I was going to do it again. Don't you see what happens, you simpletons? You idiots. Sorry, it's just hard to just keep it right. Now, this is the part that just got me. It said, carelessness kills. Complacency is murder. Complacency is murder. Like, when I hear that, I just feel personally, I feel like I've been complacent in not just my walk, but just in everything I do. It's like, it's fine. It's not that bad. Like, my pants is not fitting me. Because I'm just like, it's okay. At least I can still fit them. But it does feel like murder, And then the last part says, first pay attention to me and then relax. Now you can take it easy. You're in good hands. I like that part because then it's like, oh, murder. But then he's like, nah, hold up. Listen to me. Just chill and I got you.
Absolutely.
Right? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like the whole beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I read it all?
No, I did my whole little, you know.
Mine's is longer than yours.
Okay, so let me keep reading.
No, we're not going to do that. So this is out of the Passion Translation. And before I go any further, I just want to say that some people have issues with reading like other Bibles, like it has to be King James. Mm-hmm. But we ran through 3 different versions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was my favorite.
But isn't it nice to be able to, as long as the word of God isn't taken away from, like they're not taking the verse and flipping it into something.
No, they're all
totally
the same.
It's pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. It's just different wording. And I think that one that really hits you more than the other.
I think the message hit me because I heard that one.
Mm-hmm.
The message hit me so much more.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
But it's all the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that the heart of the message is what's important. When you get caught up in these little arguments about, it's only got to be King James, I think you miss out on the beauty.
Only the 1875 Bible. Now that,
you know what I mean?
You ain't even really reading
Can you read Greek? You can't read Greek or Hebrew?
Aramaic?
Reading that American Bible. No, it's just silly. So, but starting at verse 1, here are kingdom revelations, words to live by, and words of wisdom given to empower you to reign in life. Written as Proverbs by Israel's King Solomon, David's son. Within these sayings will be found the revelation of wisdom and the impartation of spiritual understanding. Use them as keys to unlock the treasures of true knowledge. Those who cling to these words will receive discipline and demonstrate wisdom in every relationship. And to choose what is right and just and fair. These proverbs will give you great skill to teach the immature and make them wise, to give youth the understanding of their design and destiny. For the wise, these proverbs will make you even wiser, and for those with discernment, you will be able to acquire brilliant strategies for leadership. These kingdom revelations will break open your understanding to unveil the deeper meaning of parables, poetic riddles, and epigrams, and to unravel the words and enigmas. That word always gets me. Enigmas of the wise. And going down into verse 8, it says, "Pay close attention, my child, to your father's wise words, and never forget your mother's instructions, for their insight will bring you success, adorning you with grace-filled thoughts and giving you reins to guide your decisions." The reason why I love this verse is because of how it's telling you that this book is going to open up everything for you. Like,
What you mean, Proverbs?
the Proverbs.
Mm.
Because you have to understand that, Dad, it's very poetic. That's why you can read the Old Testament and be like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, none of it makes sense. But as you read Proverbs, and I'm going to tell you, the first time that I read through it, the first month, I was just like, oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's cool. The second month that I read through it, I was like, wait a minute. By the third month, I was starting to see things that I had never seen before.
How many months you read it for?
Well, I tried to keep to it like throughout the year.
Oh, lit.
Yeah, because there's 31 days in a calendar. We have 31 days of Proverbs. I think he did that on purpose. Well, every month isn't 31 days, but
what when you have 28? What do you do?
I just start back over at 1 when it's
Oh,
the
you're
next
not gonna
month.
get 29 and 30.
Yeah, it don't
Yeah,
matter.
31.
I'll get to it at some point. You know what I mean? But so reading through Proverbs, I find amazing because as I'm listening to the Old Testament, I'll hear something in what Dad said to the people, and I'll be like, oh, that's a verse in Proverbs. I'll hear something that Jesus said, and I'm like, oh, that's a verse in Proverbs. All of it ties back to the wisdom of God because this is his nature. It's his character being broken down into ways that he's instructing us as a son.
Mm.
So he's saying, I'm telling you, if you read through this book,
I really liked it.
it will give you, let me find the verse.
What do you mean, like the passion?
No, when it says here, these kingdom revelations will break open your understanding. This is what reading the book of Proverbs does. It will break open your understanding to unveil the deeper meanings of parables. Jesus always taught in parables. So you see deeper meaning in them. And it's just amazing. Poetic riddles. I see that in the Father all throughout the Old Testament. Epigrams. And to unravel the words and enigmas, there it goes again, of the wise. So it's like, if you really want to know how Dad speaks, you'll find his speaking, the way he speaks throughout the book of Proverbs. Mm-hmm. So every single day, for you to take one chapter in that book and read it, I believe with all of my heart, you'll grow tremendously.
Honestly, I'm still stuck on complacency is murder.
That's fine.
Because, and then I think it's cool that that it's saying, because I don't think I got that. I'm gonna be honest with you,
mm-hmm.
that it will open up your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it opened it up a little bit.
To go back to what you were saying, I liked what you read. 32, like an idiot, you've turned away from me and chosen destruction instead. Your self-satisfied smugness will kill you. As I go through Proverbs, the way that he talks about people that reject him, like Christians can get offended, and we can sometimes act like James and John did. When the people rejected Jesus, they were offended. And they were like, should we call down fire? And Jesus is like, wait a minute, you don't know what spirit you're of.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't move that way. And I find that all throughout Proverbs. When Dad is teaching us, he's instructing us in a way to where he says, fools will get this and fools will get that. He's not hurting for people to like, please just accept me. No, he loves all of us and he's always extending. He says, wisdom cries out in the street. But he's still the same. Like, listen, I'm constantly extending this invitation. I'll extend it until your final breath. But don't think that I'm the one that's losing out because you don't choose me. You choosing yourself repeatedly is only going to lead you to self-destruction. I want to help you. I want to give you eyes to see. I want to give you understanding. I want to give you wisdom so that you can have healthy relationships, that you can have a full life, that you can build a home.
Mm.
You know, so it's like
Can we do a real one?
but God is not. He's not the way that people have painted him. Like even Jesus, like we could say, "Oh, don't toss your pearls to swine," but he really means that. I mean, all throughout Proverbs, he's like, if a fool, listen, don't argue with a fool, because the only thing you gonna catch is a beating, because he's not trying to hear you. He's not trying to hear you.
Yeah.
Dad will tell you. Even Jesus told the disciples when they was all like, he told them before they went out, if you enter into a town and they reject you, dust your feet off and keep it moving. Don't sit there and fight with them. Don't you know we have the words to give life? No. Dust your feet off and keep it moving, because there's somebody else that's willing to listen to the message. You're wasting your time with somebody that doesn't have a heart to receive just yet. So this idea that has been out there is just not true about him. And you see that in his nature and his character, just reading through Proverbs. And it's not in a mean way, but it's like there are so many hungry people that are out there that are willing to hear the message. Don't waste your time with somebody that's not. That's why I think Proverbs is very, very important for all believers. If you want to know, it is a whole book of Dad saying, I will teach you the way that I move. I will teach you the way that I think. I will instruct you. And if you focus on that, the life of God will begin to flow naturally.
I want that.
Right? Who
Give me
doesn't?
that.
We've been trying so hard to circumcise the outside.
According to that,
yes,
idiots don't want.
that is correct. But for years we've been preaching, to circumcise the flesh. Cut off this, stop doing that. And God is saying that's not the way that I've chosen. I want to teach you so that you can make a choice out of understanding. He says, get wisdom, and in all you're getting, get understanding. That's what matters to him.
And I do like that about the ending, like he's going to protect us from everything if we just follow him, And I could see it in certain aspects of life. Like there's certain things that I'm just very faithful about. I'm just like, it's going to work out. But then there's other places where I'm like, I got to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, God, I got you. But let me go and do all this stuff, And I see like everything that happens in that realm, the parts of my life because I think as Christians, you could say you give your life to Christ, but there's certain things you trust God. Like there's no doubt about it. You're like, that's good. But then there's this other area, like, but I got to go do it. I'm going to go work on it. You know what I mean?
And then where do you find yourself in those situations?
In caca.
No, but it's true. Okay. No, it's absolutely.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's the absolute fact, though.
Like, wow, like God's so dope. Like he wants you to relax and he wants to protect you. He wants to take care of you. But I think we get caught up in the religion aspect of life and, what people say. It's like, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Everything is about what you shouldn't do, or what you haven't been doing. I'm not seeing me grow.
Yeah, well, we normally don't see ourselves grow. It shouldn't be that way.
I'm seeing myself grow.
No. But that's also another Proverbs. Like
I know, discipline.
No. There's a proverb where it says, don't compliment yourself, let other people do it.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't be out here talking about I'm growing in God.
Let me tell you how God has helped me.
Let me tell you how I used to do this and I don't do that.
I don't do it anymore.
No, it's not for you to be the one to determine the fruit. Yeah. It's for those that get to eat of what God is doing in you, that they look at you and they say, yo, I can see you growing so much. It is not for you.
Yeah.
That's why the eyes only look out. You've never seen your face.
If you look in the mirror.
No, you've seen a reflection of your face. You've never actually seen your own face. That's why the eyes look out, because it's not meant for you to look in. It's not meant for you to be judging yourself.
I like what you're saying. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm dope. Look at me. I guess my God thing is that like I think that sometimes I be like, yeah, I'm doing it. God is working in my life, and then there's certain areas where I could just be like, girl, you ain't got no faith in that. What is wrong with you? And I think to myself, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then somebody come along, girl, you've grown a lot. And I'm just like, thanks.
Yep,
I've been just reading the Bible.
Yeah, just keep inclining that ear. Literally, that's the only thing that he's asked. Give me your ear. Let me teach you. Let me train you. People are so busy caught up with their hands that they've totally neglected their heart,
Yeah.
you know?
But it's time.
Oh, it's absolutely the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. That is our episode.
Our episode show.
Yep. So we'll see you back on the next one.
Mañana. Damn, you got to clap that loud? I just, I kept my composure because I was like, yo, don't jump. You know what I mean?
That's what you did?
Yeah, like in my head. It all happened really quickly.
Oh.
Welcome back, guys.
Hello and welcome. You are tuned into Up is Down TV.
In the kingdom of Adam and the kingdom of God, because of the fall of Adam, what was down, it's not down anymore, because in order for you to be up, you must